Hey Taurus, welcome to May. This is a big month for you, Taurus, because the sun enters your sign this month. And it is just a beautiful time for you to express yourself. You're going to feel more like your true self. This is optimal energy for you. So the sun will be in your sign of Taurus until May 20th. And Mercury is going to join the sun in Taurus on May 10th. Well, it'll get there first through May 25th. So you're going to have 5 days there from May 20th to May 25th. It's going to be optimal time to speak your mind, to speak up, to make purchases too, because if you think about Taurus, you're ruled by Venus and you rule all the beautiful things of life, right? All the Venus based things, because Venus is your ruler. So jewelry, clothing, all the beauties of life. And so with Mercury, Mercury is the merchant. Mercury is the messenger, the communicator, and it rules roadways and pathways. So I see a really good chunk of time there from May 20th to May 25th that should be exceptional for you. Now, you also have Uranus, which has been hanging out with you since May of 2018. So the oh wow planet, Uranus, anything can happen, newness. And it is going to be with you until July 7th. So enjoy the last of this. It will retrograde back for a bit in 2026, but after that, that will be it for your time with Uranus in your sign in your lifetime, because Uranus moves so slowly. Now, you do have a trine this month going on with the South Node in the Earth sign of Virgo. So South Node, it basically represents the past and lessons from the past and people from the past, and it's considered a past life point when you look at it in your natal chart. So you may have some things from the past come up, but it looks like it's going to be smooth energy because of the trine. This could also be past health issues because it's Virgo, and it looks like that you will be able to have some clarity this month about those things. Now, you will have a square with Mars, the planet of action, in the fixed sign of Leo. You're a fixed sign, Taurus, so you make a square, a 90-degree angle with Mars, the planet of action, in Leo until June 17th. So you're really going to want to make sure your action is heart-based, because that's what Leo is. It's the heart chakra, and the square is there. So it doesn't want you to take, it's kind of almost like going to block you if you're taking action that isn't really well thought out and well based in what you really want. And I think this month you're really going to get an idea about what it is you really want, especially in love. Now, you have a square with Pluto, but you're just going to have to get used to that because it's in Aquarius, and Aquarius is a fixed air sign, and Taurus, you make a 90-degree angle. And so that's going to happen for 19 years. So Pluto, the planet of transformation and change, going to be squaring you for a long time. But I do think in some ways it's going to help you out, and it's going to help remove the things that don't serve you. Now, Venus is going to enter your sign on June 5th. So June's going to be really exceptional for you also, especially when Venus, your ruling planet, moves into your sign. So I think you've got a couple great months to look forward to. So envision what you really want your life to look like. Okay, really envision it. Sometimes I recommend taking baths and just kind of daydreaming, right? Envisioning, paving the way towards what it is that you want. Optimal time. This will be the clearest time for you. Now, the full Scorpio moon will happen on the 12th. And as you know, Scorpio is always in opposition to you. It's a sign across from you because Taurus, you own the second house in astrology. Scorpio owns the 8th house. So you're going to have that full Scorpio moon on the 12th is going to be an interesting time for you to dive deep into your emotions. And I think you're going to find a lot of answers, and you may get some closure there with the full moon on May 12th. All right, so that's a little overview of astrology. Now, I picked a couple tarot cards. I picked these in advance so I could get a clear understanding of what you're in for this month, Taurus. And the first card that I got is the Page of Cups. And this is from the Herbal Tarot by Michael Tierra. And this is Damiana, and this is the Page of Cups. And I was doing a little research about Damiana, and it is used as an aphrodisiac. And I was reading that some people actually smoke it because I guess it has similar properties to marijuana. So, and I also read that it's illegal in some places. So you've got Damiana showing up, knowing it's an aphrodisiac, knowing it's got some sensual energy to it. And you got the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is always longing for emotional satisfaction. I think of any watery energy as like more of the romantic energy. And there she is dipping her toe into the water. And, you know, the weather's just starting to get beautiful up here in Connecticut. And so this is a time when we actually can get out there and, you know, get back to the rivers and streams that we love so much. And so there's some joy and there's some playfulness and there's some sensual energy here for you, Taurus. Now, the Ace of Wands was your second card from This Might Hurt Tarot. And, you know, anytime I see an ace, I just feel like it's lucky energy. And it's newness and it's something, it's a fire ace, right? It's Ace of Wands. So there's something new. There's something passionate. It almost looks like there's a city in the distance, but like you're outside of the city a little bit. It almost has vibes to me of like a hitchhiker, right? Like almost like with his thumb out to like, hey, pick me up. But I'm not saying pick up hitchhikers at all. I'm saying I think there's like some things that are just going to come up like, hey, I want to be part of that. Hey, let me join you. And so that feels pretty good. And it looks like it's outside of the city. And you've got a lot of country vibes to this reading so far. Now, your third card in the reading is the Ace of Pentacles. So you've got two aces and a page, which I often feel like pages resemble aces because of their new energy, right? And so aces are really ones. Pages feel like ones to me too. So there's a lot of fresh new energy. And that Ace of Pentacles there, that is such a beautiful card from the Morgan Greer Tarot deck. And, you know, there's your archway to the ocean. I was talking about lakes and streams. And as I said that, you know, like, oh, it's time to go play in the water again, I kind of left out the ocean, partly because I don't live near the ocean. But part of Connecticut is in the ocean, right? So there's also the ocean. There's also these beach vibes. There's also this lovely water energy. And so the Ace of Pentacles is really an earth card. And there's something of value showing up. You've got roses and flowers and this beautiful entryway into a lot of newness, okay? And I think money's showing up for you too with the Ace of Pentacles. Now, I picked an oracle card, and this is from the Oracle of Mystical Moments, and this is called the Protective Nest. And so we see some eggs, we see a lot of birds on top of her head in the nest. Her dress is made of feathers. I'm starting to appreciate this oracle deck more. I've always been really into the tarot of Mystical Moments that you can see back here. But now I'm starting to dig this Oracle of Mystical Moments. And I do believe we have those in stock in Kent. Soon you're going to start seeing links to order the decks. I'm still working on that online store, but we'll get it up one of these days. Okay, Protective Nest, nurture, motherhood, protector, incubation. Belaying her serene expression, this woman is hatching more than just creative thoughts. She is a mother, creator of all. The giant bird's nest on her head holds the eggs and an older bird already born into the world. Under her skirt, there is a glimpse of a large egg. This card symbolizes motherhood, protection of children, and how children develop under a mother's care. Be aware of how your actions or words can affect a fledgling soul. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Okay, so there's like, you know, this doesn't just mean babies. This doesn't just mean pregnancy or being a mom. This shows fertile energy. This is like spring. This is like you, Taurus, right? You're this time of year where everything becomes so fertile. And so she's got her nest on her head. I get vibes of new housing. I get vibes of beauty in the home. And I get vibes of something being born. Okay. So this can be a project. This can be like a new lifestyle. Again, I kind of got vibes of living somewhere new. Now, I'm just kind of pushing these cards to the back because we're going to go in and use this calendar a little bit. and go week by week. Okay. So I love to use my Everyday Witch mini tarots for week by week. So let's pull one for each week we're going to go with 4 weeks of the month. Sunday the 4th, Mother's Day, the 18th of the month, and the week of starting the 25th of the month. Okay, let's see what you've got here. So week 1, we've got the Hermit showing up. This is our card of the year. So it's good to see the card of the year showing up. This is such a cool version of the Hermit with the woman sitting by the fire all by herself. We're so used to seeing the Hermit symbolized as a man. And so it's kind of nice to see this woman version. And usually the man's wandering and he's barefoot. But now we have this beautiful woman just sitting and relaxing by the fire. I like the little owl up at the top. So you've got some really great Virgo energy there for you. And it's your path of truth. Your inner guide is the Hermit. And it's Virgo energy. Virgo's the analyzer. So it's like, make sure you take the time alone that you can figure out, you can sort out, you can go through your numbers, and you can go through the details of your life. Okay. It's really important to make time for that aloneness. And it's kind of, I put it right underneath the Page of Cups here. That shows you kind of alone by the water, just enjoying. And I'm not saying you have to be alone out in the woods. I know nowadays that that's not the safest thing to do, but making sure that you can choose moments where you do feel safe to be able to think your own thoughts and do your own thing. Now, week 2, this is the week, I'm pulling this based on like Sunday of the week. And so this is Mother's Day week. And you have the Hierophant here. So you've started off with 2 major arcanas for each week. And this is a cool Hierophant version as a teacher, as a yoga teacher. And so again, you can take it literally like, hey, get to a yoga class or get to a classroom setting. Or what about schooling? Are you considering schooling? Are you signed up for the summer semester? Are you thinking about the fall semester? Those kind of things, okay? Because this has themes of higher learning. It's, I always think of the Hierophant as Sagittarius, but a lot of people say it's Taurus because it's a card of stability also. But either way, questioning your connection to your higher power and also just your higher learning. Okay. So this is on Mother's Day. Maybe you're going to take mom to a class or an event, or maybe a beautiful yoga class would be a great way to spend it with her. Now, week 3, this is the week of the 18th, and we've got the Page of Pentacles. So he's kind of tossing a coin, trying to decide which way to go. Things seem up in the air, but it looks like you have options. Okay, he's deciding. He's on an adventure. He's got a map and he's out and about. So it looks like there should be some fun activity there the week of the 18th. Then we go into the last week of the month, which is like Memorial Day weekend, and you have the 9 of Swords. So, this is the insomnia card, a lot of worry, a lot of thought on the mind. So just keep in mind that you're going to need some rest there with the 9 of Swords, because that's, often the sign of insomnia. But I do see her going through a lot of papers on the bottom. She looks like she's been writing and reading and sorting. And even though you could say that the 9 of Swords is a negative card, I always think like when I'm giving somebody a reading, right? And the 9 of Swords comes up. Well, what if the number 9 is their life path number? Right? And you can figure out your life path number by adding up all the digits of your birthday. So even the 19, right? So if it was, say, May 5/1/1970, you would add up all the numbers, including 19. And whatever number you get, that's your life path. That is considered your number in astrology. And then you look and see which correlating card matches that in tarot. So, I'm thinking about one of my daughters whose life path number is 9 and is a Taurus, right? So when the 9 of Swords comes up, that doesn't necessarily mean it's as negative for her. Right? That's her life path number. So maybe this person's reading and writing. Maybe they have a little insomnia, but they're really creative. Maybe they've been staying up with a brilliant idea. Okay. So there's a lot of mental activity there that last week. Don't overcommit yourself because it looks like you're going to need rest, and it looks like you were busy the week before. Okay, so really take care of yourself, nurture yourself, and be aware that, you may have a lot of good ideas. All right, so this is week 4. All right, now, what are we doing next? I feel like I skipped something. I want to give you some dates. I'm going to use some charms for dates. We're going to roll some dice. Keep in mind that the moon will be in Taurus on 5/24 through 5/26. Okay, so you're going to have, and then it's going to go straight into the new moon. So those are going to be power times for you in general, and 5/24 through 5/26. Okay, so I'm saying those are power times because the moon will be in your sign, but you're also getting the 9 of Swords. So there might just be a lot of intensity there. Okay, might feel a little moody, might be some things on your mind, but take advantage of writing to get some of that feeling out. Now let's roll some dice. And you got Pluto. Let's see. Yep, Pluto in Pisces in the 6th house. Okay, Pluto, transformation and change in the watery sign of Pisces in the 6th house, the house of Virgo's house of health and wellness. I think you're going to have some I kind of keep getting health vibes, and I'm getting that you're going to finally understand what's going on. You're going to have clarity, and you're going to be able to know how to move forward. There's just some things changing, right, with Pluto. And Pisces can be karmic. It can be old behaviors that you've had enough of. Could be like an example of this could be like deciding to stop eating sugar, right? You've decided to cut that out. Or in Pisces, I think of anything addictive, sugar, alcohol, drugs, any of those kind of things, caffeine. So maybe you're making some dietary changes, okay? And maybe you've been considering that for a while. This is a good time to step into that. All right, now let's give you some charms. Love tossing those charms around. Okay, let's see what we've got. Up at the top, we've got a candlestick along with an owl. That's cool because we had an owl up in the tree there with the hermit. All right, so almost like a little outdoor ceremony there with the candlestick. Maybe you're having a little altar or something outside. There's a 2 up at the top, so we know that there's themes of relationships right across the top. We've got the letters A, F here on 2/1. That's the last day in April. Now, let me just flip some of these over. I hope that you can see these okay. See if you see anybody's names, initials, anything that just jumps out to you, okay? I see, let's see. Do I see any words that are jumping out to me? I keep thinking there's an E. There's not an E. Oh, there is a little E right here. Okay, so there's the word bear, B-E-A-R. Feel, F-E-A-L. Okay, so let's keep going here. We've got on the 5th, we've got the letter G. On the 6th, you have the letter I with a little unicycle and an unlock key. Okay, so there could be just some, with the letter I, it's like maybe you're just thinking about yourself there on Tuesday the 6th, unlocking some fun for you. Unicycle looks like a good time. A lot of activity there on the 6th. The 7th, you have the letter B. The 8th, you have the letter U. Over here on the 12th, you have a guitar and the letter U. We have L-A here between the 13th and the 14th. We have on the 16th, a unicorn and a sailboat. On the 17th, the letter E. We have the letter R on the 20th. The 21st, 22nd, 23rd seems to have the most activity here. We've got on the 21st a little spider, the sign for Scorpio, a little like matrix symbol, the letter A, the moon, a cross, a gift, and the word royalty. So a lot of activity there. And I think that's what we were saying, that the week of the 18th through the 24th does look a little like overstimulating. You've got the word her, H-E-R, on the 24th. But it looks like it could be a lot of fun too. The 26th, you got this little cast iron frying pan on Memorial Day. And so maybe you're going to do some cooking. Maybe you're going to do some outdoor cooking. Keep getting vibes of like outdoor, this candle. It's almost like you're going to have a little outdoor dinner party. The 28th, the letter I, the 29th, R, which could be also considered like Rhode Island. Okay. And a little lantern here on the 30th, the letter N. The 31st is like a dragon's head. Okay. Letter B over at the side. All right. So I'm trying to see if I see the word rain, RAIN. Fab. I almost like, it's not there, but I almost like felt like I saw the word fabulous. And I do see the word liar, LIAR. See the name Abe. And I see anything else? All right. Well, see what you see. I see BF for like best friend. The word ran, RAN. The word bulb, BULB. It's like the light goes off in your attic, the bulb, right? And I have a thing about like a lot of good ideas. Okay, Taurus. So let me just see based on, well, I gave you power days based on the moon, and I usually give you power days based on the dice you rolled. So let me give you a few more dates here. You've got Pluto, and we know that the full moon in Scorpio is happening this month on Saturday, the 12th at 8:22 p.m. So that looks like it's going to be a powerful time for you. You also had the guitar and the letter U on the 12th. And the moon will continue in Scorpio. Let's see. Oh, you know what? That's the wrong day. I'm sorry. I gave you the wrong date. It was on the wrong month. The full moon in Scorpio. What day are we having that on? Okay, that's on Monday, the 12th. Full Scorpio moon. Okay, the 12th. Yes. Oh, I guess it's also the 12th. Okay. So the guitar and the letter U. The moon does move into Scorpio, though, on Saturday, the 10th at 3:58 p.m. So he's giving you power times for the 10th, the weekend, the 11th, the 12th, through to the 13th at 4:35 a.m. You also rolled the sign Pisces, so you get some more power days on Tuesday, the 20th. That's when the sun moves into Gemini. You get some power times that morning through the 21st and the 22nd until 12:26 p.m. Again, we saw a lot of activity during that time with the charms. And then you rolled the 6th house, which is Virgo, and the moon will be moving into Virgo at the beginning of the month on May 5th at 3:40 p.m. It'll be there the 6th and the 7th. It's actually there till the early morning of the 8th, 3:06 a.m. These are power times for you, Taurus. Thanks for joining me.